So you guys ready? Here we go. So we're going to describe the steps in solving the equations. Okay. So here we go. Number 1. So here's our first equation. 4 parentheses 3x plus 2 minus 3x equals 9x plus 40, take away 2x. Lots of stuff. Okay, go ahead and write that down. And let's start thinking about what's our first move. What are we going to do first? If you run down the list, that's pretty obvious. Distribute. Okay, let's distribute. I'm going to just show that I distributed here. But on the margin here, we're going to write it down. Distribute 4. We're going to be real specific as to our step. Okay, so that's going to give us 12x plus 8 minus 3x, and then just copy over the rest. Okay, not too bad. Think about our steps from that previous page. What should we do next? Combine like terms. And then just look at each side. I got some stuff I can combine on the left, don't I? I got a 12 and a negative 3x. I'm just going to highlight those. I'm going to highlight these. And over here, do I have anything on the right-hand side I can combine? Yes. So we got on both sides. So let's write that down, though. Combine 12x and negative 3x on the left. And combine 9x and negative 2x on the right. Okay. So let's see here. If we've got 12 take away 3, that's what, 9x plus 8 equals 9 take away 2 is 7x plus 40. All right. So we combine on both sides. Let's concentrate on the next step. Think about what we're going to do here. This is something we haven't really done much other than we started doing this on Friday. So if you take a peek at your steps, yes, John. Which one?
On the left side.
So I got a 9x on the left and a 7x on the right. Okay, it doesn't really matter. You're right. I prefer, and because our next unit's going to be on inequalities, where we won't have an equal sign, we're going to have inequality symbols. You're going to see that it's better to have your variables on the left. So if I want to get rid of the 7x, what should I do? I'll give you a hint. To remove a whole term like 7x, you don't divide or multiply, you add or subtract. Yeah. Basically turn it into a 0, but we have to do that on both sides. So this is going to give us 2x plus 8 equals 40. All right. Yeah. So we better write that step down, right? We have to justify this. So all I did was subtract 7x on both sides. Okay. Let's go ahead and do the steps we would do for a 2-step, but justify it. So I'm going to say subtract 8 from both sides. Thank you. Okay. So 2x equals 32. And so we get 16. We still have to justify that step. Divide by 2 on both sides. Okay. That wasn't too bad, right? Okay. We'll just do one more example because we're burned up a little more time than I expected. So this next equation is going to look a little different from the ones we've done before, okay? But I think you guys can handle it. Ready? Okay, I'll give you a few more waning seconds here. Number 2. All right. So here we go. X minus 8 over 2 equals x plus 13. Go ahead and write that down. This is going to go a little out of the order of what we just did. But I want to see what your thinking is on this. So write that down. X, take away 8, divided by 2 equals x plus 13. We still want to get x by itself, right? Yes.
Would it, you have to distribute not distribute,
Sort of. I think you're on the right track. What's bothering? What in the equation is kind of bothering you?
the 2.
The 2.
Because you divide it from
Yeah.
So you multiply the x by 2?
Yeah. Would you agree that our first thing to do is get rid of that 2? Yeah. Just the first thing we should do is remove that 2, and what gets rid of this 2? If it's dividing, remember that's dividing. Multiplication. Now I got another issue though. On the right hand side I got to multiply by 2, right? But what gets multiplied by 2 on the right? Just the 13 and the x. So you know how we handle that? Well, use parentheses. Because the parentheses is telling me multiply 2 with both of them, right? Now on the left side, well, let's just write down that step. Multiply by 2 on both sides. Okay? And so we're going to multiply by 2. That would get rid of the 2 in the denominator. Mission accomplished. No longer have that. We have x take away 3 equals, on the other side we have to multiply 2 by both of those.
Isn't x take away 4?
Oh, take away 8. Thank you.
Take away 4.
No. Yeah. Sorry. X take away 8. I apologize. What do we get on the other side?
2x plus 26?
Yeah. So we should also say that we distribute it on the left, right? Distribute by 2 on the left. Okay, so 2x, that's going to give us 2x plus 26. All right. So take a look at what we have now. Can I combine anything on the left side? Can I combine anything on the right side? So let's deal with the fact that we have x on the left, 2x on the right. Well, before, let's take care of the variables, and we'll do that. So let's take care of the variables. Again, even though it will end up with a negative, I prefer doing this. I think everyone here can handle that. Okay, so we multiply or subtract 2x on both sides. All right. So now if I have x and I take away 2x, what do I get?
Negative x.
Negative x. Remember, this is 1. We can always put the 1 there. 1 and take away 2 is negative x, or negative 1x, if you want to write it that way. Minus 8 equals 26. Okay. Let's get rid of the 8 now. So plus 8. That's what, 34? So add 8 to both sides. All right. So now we get negative 1x equals, oh, I'm sorry. Got it. There we go. Negative 1x equals 34. Are we done? Get rid of the negative 1. So how do we get rid of that negative 1? Thank you. All right, x equals negative 34. All right. So this is basically what we will be doing on today's lesson.